Right, today on the dugout we have our head coach again. Gary, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Cal.
A couple of friendlies now. I think the fans want to know how you're feeling and how you think the boys are shaping up. You know, they certainly looked half decent on that in the Oxford game, but obviously we understand it's friendly. So if you just want to tell them how you think things are going and how you're feeling at the moment.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think we've had two pretty good run-outs. Obviously, the whole game was tough. They brought a pretty strong squad first half. You know, a lot of Super League experience in there, and they gave us a tough test. But I thought second half we were very good. Certainly matched them and played some good stuff. Scored a good couple of tries, which was good. And we just very early in our pre-season, so I knew it was going to be a tough game against a team that are full-time and that are also well down their prep because their season starts this week, so it was always going to be difficult, but I thought we handled the second half really, really well. Oxford was a different challenge again. Obviously Oxford are in our division, so it gave us a better indication of where we're at. I think our preparation for that game was first class. We thought we executed some terrific tries. Bit disappointed with the first 20 minutes or so, but you know, I'm setting some pretty high standards this season, and the players expect and we expect to be setting those standards and living up to them. And first 20, I thought Oxford gave us a bit of a test in the middle of the field, but certainly second half I thought we ran in some terrific tries, and it was good to see the pace that we've got in the squad. We're not at full strength yet. We've still got quite a number of big signings that are waiting to come back and recover from off-season injuries, so we've still got quite a lot of strength in depth to come back. But from where we are this stage in the season, I'm pretty pleased.
And you mentioned that we've got a lot of boys in the stand. We've also got 2 or 3 trialists. You've given a contract to one of them, and where are you with the other couple?
Well, we've given 2 actually, Carl, because we've signed Zach, haven't we, and Kieran. Yeah, it's part of my philosophy that we can promote local kids wherever we can, and to invite them into our environment and see them do well, more than handle themselves, and it has been a step up for them. They both admitted that, both Kieran and Zach, that it's a big step up, both in terms of physicality, fitness, technically, but they've handled it really, really well, and I've been delighted with both of their attitudes. They've got a very professional attitude. Now we've signed them, this is where it starts for them now. That's they've got over the first hurdle, and that's getting a contract. The tough thing now for them guys is to make sure that they're in the team week in, week out, and that'll be the toughest thing for them, because they're going to have to make sure that they're on the ball every week, and they deliver what we expect. But delighted that those 2 local guys have come in, shown what they're about, and we've been impressed enough to sign them. And I have to give Pete Green a mention there, because it was Pete that identified him in the first place. So we all work together in this team and this group, and it was good to bring them in and then finally get them signed. But as I say, the hard work starts for those 2 now, and hopefully they can kick on. We have got a couple more trialists, as you mentioned. Unfortunately, Ricky Huff has decided he's not going to be with us. He's had a couple of games with us, but I think he's decided that he's going to try and find a challenge elsewhere, which is disappointing and a shame. But he's got a lot of competition in front of him, and a lot of our big players will be coming back who play the same position. So he's made an educated decision and decided that he's going to try elsewhere, and he goes with our best wishes. He was a great lad to coach, fits in with the group very well, but unfortunately just hasn't been able to take the next step. And young Rhys Williams, and Rhys has unluckily been injured for most of his trial period, but managed to get a game in against Oxford, and I thought he did pretty well, so we'll have another look at him.
And going on into the Leeds game, obviously it'll be another step up for us. I think we want to see another bit more improvement again. We improved from the whole game I mentioned last week. Then the Oxford game we improved again, and we're looking to improve against the Leeds. For our start against North Wales, is that the way you see it? You've summed it up pretty much there. Really, that's what we're looking at week in, week out. Is an improvement on what we're doing, and as I said before, I thought we did some really good stuff against Oxford. We did some stuff that we need to work on and put right, and that's what we'll be looking at going into the Leeds game. Hopefully Leeds will bring a strong team. It'll be a tough test for us, because we want that. We want tough tests. We want to be tested. We don't want to have an easy run out, and I'm sure whatever Rhinos team that they bring, it will be a real good encounter for us, and we're really looking forward to it. Hopefully they've got
couple of our big names ready to go. I looked at in the Oxford game, there was a fair old squad sat in the stand there. The physio's probably got a better team than me in some areas of the team, but we've got a few back this week, and I'm looking forward to seeing those guys play.
And while we're talking about obviously players in the stand and that, I think everyone wants to know about Jason Tarley. To be fair, we've had some positive news on Jason regarding his visa. So we're told now it could be anywhere between 4 and 6 weeks, but we have had some positive feedback from the UKBA, so we're hopefully that as soon as that visa comes, he's ready to get on a plane. We mentioned that all along, these visas, some of them can take a while, as you've seen with the boys at Featherstone. I think there's still a few in the country here who their visa's not been cleared. It's a process. It's red tape. It's nothing we can do. It's a waiting game. With the PNG boys, it's a little bit different. Their application's got to go to Manila, and then it's got to come back to PNG, and then he has an interview there, goes back to Manila, and just goes back and forward. And if you miss something or something's not quite correct on the form, you have to send it back there to go back to Manila, which it's unfortunate, but we're very, very hopeful and very, very positive from the feedback we've had from the UKBA, which I know that you'll be delighted in. We were scouring around looking for a plan B and C, which we told in the forum and which we told there. So with regards, Jason, you got the news, and just let everyone know where you think he can add to us and what he will do to the team, even though might not be here for game one.
Yeah, well, obviously when you and I were planning next season and recruitment for next season, and we heard of his availability, we were both excited about the chance of signing him. So he was a big part of our plans. Is a big part of our plans. That's been delayed a little bit. It's knocked us back a little bit, and sometimes these things happen. We can't, as you said there, we can't govern what happens with the border agencies. That's their department. We can just do our bit and hope for the best. So to hear some positive news that he will be arriving, it's fantastic for us. As I said, he was a massive signing for us and one of our big strike players. He's a proven try scorer, he's an international, so of course he's going to add a lot of value to the squad. And we can't wait to get him here and get him playing and get him integrated. I've been told he's training over there, so I'm sure he'll come pretty fit. The PNG boys are pretty fit boys anyway. They've certainly got tough bodies and tough mindsets. So I think with him being here within a week or two, I think he'll be good to go. And yes, it's a problem. Not a problem. It would have been nice to get him in for day one, but he's not going to be here for day one, as we know. But as I said before, winning this competition and getting promoted is all about what we do in June, July and August, not necessarily what we do in February and March. So if we can get him on board as soon as possible and have him in game 3 or 4 of the league season, it'll be like having obviously a new player, a new impetus, and I think it'll give everybody a lift.
Gary said 1 or 2 weeks there, I said 4 to 6. We're not contradicting ourselves. I've gone on the side of caution and Gary's gone on the hopeful side, but when he gets here, he gets here. What I do want to send a message out is to say that we've had some positive feedback from the UKBA, and if it's 1-2 weeks, great. If it's not, when he gets here, we'll get here. They haven't given us a date, but I'm just trying to put a recommendation, which I think could be longer, could be shorter. So that's where we are. Gary, someone wrote in last week and I answered the question for you. I don't know if you've seen it. It'd probably be better for you to answer it yourself. Was could we mention, I think it was Jordan, about could we update the supporters on here or on the website on players' injuries? I said something last week. I didn't think it was you would be in the business to advertise our injuries to the opposition, but you say what you think on that. You might want to do that. I don't know, but I didn't think you'd do it.
I mean, the rugby league press are usually updated on where we are and how far off players are from actually making returns. I've got an open mind about it. Obviously, people want to know when players are going to be back and available, and and when we're going to be at full strength. And obviously going into the season, I think we're in a very strong position that by the 21st the majority of our injured players will be ready to go. I won't risk anybody, and I won't force anybody to play in a warm-up game if they're not near to fitness, which could effectively damage their recovery. We have to remember that these guys play rugby is a tough sport, and with it being a summer sport, there's a very small window for these guys to get injuries fixed up. So if they've played most of the last season slightly broken, slightly injured, and then need some time off to recover from surgery or corrective procedures or whatever to get them fit again, then we have to be right by those boys and give them that time that they deserve to recover. So anybody that's not featured so far, there's a damn good reason why they haven't featured so far, and it's all towards their long-term aim. And I'll repeat what I said earlier, this is all about what we do in June, July and August, and I've got to make sure that going into those periods that we have a fit and healthy squad, and that all our big names and our big guns are firing and ready to go, ready for that playoff series. If that means leaving them out for a week or two or three, then that's what we'll do. But we've got very good medical staff this year. Our new physio is doing a terrific job. Our strength and conditioning coaches are doing a terrific job with the injured players. I don't want to publicise what's wrong with these guys, whether it be a knee, shoulder, or whatever. I don't want that to be a target.
That's more what they were asking, I think.
I don't think that's fair on the player. All I will say is when a player's injured, I will give you the extent of the injury and when his likely return is, but no more detail than that.